Carla Sunval is on the stand. She's the third witness for the state of Florida. She's the former crime scene specialist. She was on the scene and was the lead in this investigation. Let's go back in.
This is going to be the front of the residence.
The set of photos that follows, does it represent you documenting the exterior of the residence before the search warrant has been executed and you have an opportunity to enter?
That is correct.
Documenting the vehicles that are parked out front?
Yes.
Now, did you notice these eggshells, or did someone have to point them out to you?
I noticed them.
And you proceeded to document the presence of these eggshells?
Yes, I did.
And that's what we see here in photograph 3033?
That is correct.
And 3035, did something about this vehicle sort of catch your attention as unusual?
Yes, it did.
And is that why you're documenting at this stage?
That is.
Are we now sort of entering the home at this stage?
At this point, yes.
But before we do that, you also document the backyard?
Yes.
So we'll look to these backyard photos. Was there anything pertinent to the investigation in the backyard?
No, there was not.
Do you know that until you check?
No, we have to check.
Okay. And so throughout this process of documenting this scene or any scene, do you sometimes photograph things or engage in processing that ultimately proves not to be fruitful?
Yes.
Photograph 3056, documenting the state of the backyard as you encountered it.
Yes.
3057, are we looking at sort of the other side of the house?
Yes.
Did you notice any signs of forced entry or damage or anything to the exterior of the house?
Nothing at all.
Okay, now 3061, are we now entering the actual residence?
Yes.
Okay. What are you documenting here at 3064?
I am documenting what I see that are suspected blood droplets.
Moving sort of now into the home in 3067. And we would be, again, feel free to use your pointer in this area.
Yes, so what I'm doing is I walk in and I have been trained to do a sweeping motion from left to right, which is how I photograph.
Okay. And we see an example of that here in 3070, you standing in the sort of formal dining room and
Down here in this corner, yes.
and sweeping right, sort of right to left.
Yes, from the left.
Left,
yes.
left, okay, whatever it is.
Yeah.
3074, photographing within that formal dining room.
Again, at this point, I'm in this corner then.
At this point, have you smelled anything that sort of is catching your attention?
So immediately when I walked in, there was a very clean smell. Not like a house that just smells nice. It was a chemical, like Fabuloso, or it had like a lavender smell, something. It was just a cleaner kind of smell. But yes, I did. It was very apparent.
Photograph 3076, the closet that is in that area that we were just looking at. Mm-hmm. And nothing pertinent in that area?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, now what are we looking at?
So this is going to be this living area right here. So I'm about this area right here, and I am photographing as is and just showing the overall status of the room. This is that half bath right here, so I've turned around and I'm now photographing that.
And that's photograph 3080. Okay. Now, kind of turned around and looking the other way.
Yes, that is correct.
Are you observing the floor to be covered in what appears to you to be consistent with the appearance of blood?
Yes.
Are you trained when you are moving through and documenting a scene like this to try to minimize any impact or disruption to the scene?
Absolutely, very much so.
What are you having to do in this particular scene in order to adhere to that goal?
So, like I mentioned before, I am wearing my personal protective equipment. We have booties that we wear, Tyvek suits, and hairnets. Additionally, I am, because of the coverage, I am, having to be somewhat strategic on where I'm standing. So, I'm looking out for any points of impact as to not disturb them.
So where it's possible, not standing in obvious areas of blood.
Exactly, yes.
Tough to do in this house.
Very much so.
Okay. Where are we standing and what are we looking at?
So this is going to be this area right here. The decedent is right here. So I was standing about here looking towards this. There's this little wall right here.
Okay, and are we going to sort of move towards that area? And photograph 3084 moving closer?
Yes.
And 3085 sort of scanning as you've described.
Absolutely.
What do we see here that caught your attention in photograph 3086?
Two things specifically were the apparent blood smear up on the wall and the kitchen knife that also had red-brown stains on it.
And where does the door, it's almost sort of like the threshold of that door that knife's located, where does that lead to?
That's right here, and it leads into the kitchen.
That red dot, is that a signifier of the knife?
Yes.
Okay. 3088 and the photographs that we're going to review following this particular photograph, you document the contents of 2 rooms that appear to be children's rooms.
That is correct.
Anything pertinent within those rooms that you saw?
No.
When I'm using the word pertinent, you understand that to mean items of evidence or apparent blood?
Yes, that is correct.
And didn't see anything of that sort in these?
I did not.
Okay. So 3089 all the way through, documenting, but not seeing anything of interest.
That is correct.
Okay, where are we at and what are we looking at in particular?
So this is going to be the doorway here facing out to the staircase. So it is
Particular area of interest.
yes.
3112. What do we see down here?
So that appeared to me to be a pile of towels with reddish, pinkish stains on them. And they were damp.
Within this stage of the documentation and processing, you would not be touching, moving, doing anything with those items?
Not at this point, no.
You would, though, later after everything has been documented all the way through in the manner you described?
Absolutely.
I'm going to zoom in here. Did you observe what I see here, and I'm indicating with my cursor during this stage of your documentation?
Yes, I noticed that.
Were you taking steps, no pun intended, in order to not disturb something like that as you're walking through this area?
Very much so.
Opening this door, seeing if there's anything inside?
That is correct.
Nothing pertinent in this closet?
There was not.
We've now moved sort of further down that hallway,
Yes.
and we're going to look at the contents of this particular room, which turns out to be sort of a storage area documented on photograph 3118. Nothing pertinent in there?
Nothing.
And then documentation of the laundry room in 3112 or 3122.
Yes.
What are we looking at in this photograph 3126, and was there anything pertinent in the garage?
So at this point, this is this doorway right here to the garage. And at this time, I did not see anything that was pertinent.
There's an implication to that response, that there was a later time where some pertinent items of evidence were recovered.
That is correct.
Did you participate in a subsequent search warrant that was executed on January 18th, 2019?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and that's when some additional items were found.
That's correct.
Now, where are we at and what are we looking at?
So this would be, my back is now to the garage and I'm facing out this way towards the kitchen area with the staircase on my right.
Okay. And are we moving towards the kitchen?
Yes.
And is my cursor indicating where that knife that we saw previously is located?
Yes, that is correct.
And now are you going to make your way up this set of stairs to see if there's anything pertinent in the loft?
Yes.
Was there?
There was not.
Okay. Now 3140, back facing towards the kitchen
Yes.
and moving into the kitchen.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Where are we at and what do we see?
So from here, I am standing right here with my back to the family room, and I am looking in at the overall status of the kitchen area.
Okay. And are you at this time and at this stage observing what appeared to you to be these shapes consistent with a footprint having the appearance of blood?
That is correct.
Continue your documentation of the kitchen at 3147.
Yes.
We're looking back the other direction in photograph 3149.
Yes.
And what do we see here that caused you to take some photographs?
So in this photograph, you can see that there were some knives in the sink. There is what appears to be red-brown stains on the knife there, as well as some on the counterpart of the sink.